That's one of the beauties of the Chromebook. It's, you know, I forgot my homework. Oh, no, you didn't. Here's maybe a loaner. It's all in the cloud. Go log in. There it is. So our plan is to have potentially some loaners. Potentially, you know, we haven't got all the details of this class out, but potentially out of that help desk class or the tech support class. But again, the expectation is you bring materials every day. You know, we don't have 3,800 loaners. So, you know.
The other nice piece of that is that if a student forgets his Chromebook at school, or maybe, you know, can't take it home on a particular night, he's got a computer at home. He can still get his work if he goes into Google, you know, into the web for that. He can still get that information. So, you know, it's kind of no excuses anymore for not having that stuff. Yeah. Yes.
It's up to us.
That's up to us, and we're kind of experimenting out, but it's all on or all off. We can't turn it on for your class, but off for her class. So that'll be a decision we make at like the top level, all on or all off. Google Video Chat, Google Chat, all that stuff. We can do that.
Thank you, Brian. Wait, before we answer a couple more questions, you just helped us do the student survey just earlier this week. Last week you did that. These are the results that we got back. We just got these, and they're pretty impressive, I think. So do you have a computer or a tablet at home? We asked students. We actually had, I think it was right around 3,100 responses out of 3,400. So that was really good. 93% of our kids said yes, they've got a computer or a tablet at home. What type of computer? 79% PC, 11% Mac, 5% tablet. Next year, 100% Chromebook. In addition. Do you have consistent daily internet access at home for your computer? Always, 79%. I thought that was really, we were glad to see that. 12% said sometimes, 3% said never. But that's pretty darn good. I was excited about that. And also the wireless piece, we asked them, do you have wireless at home? Those numbers weren't quite as good, but 78% said yes. They've got wireless access at home.
Those are the key ones.
13% said no. What, Brian?
Those are the key ones.
Yeah, those are the key ones. There's a little bit more information because you know what the survey was. But those were the big ones, and I think we were really encouraged by that information because the question, of course, is, I've got my Chromebook at home, I've got an assignment at home, but I don't have wireless at home. What do I do? Well, obviously there are public libraries. There are just more and more places now where kids can get access. You can go to a friend's house. You can go to the library. You can go to Starbucks. There are all kinds of places where you can get wireless access if you need it. Other questions? Yes?
Just to repeat, what Adrian is saying is, you know, the format of professional development, the teachers need time to play, right? Long story short. In addition to getting some instruction.
You have to have time to figure out how you...
Now go and create. Yep, I agree. Right, and as we've been kind of hinting at or suggesting that the tech steering committee, that's really going to be their main kind of focus, is to get your input on that kind of stuff and how should we structure professional development so it helps you the most. Anything else? Yeah, please take a look at that website. Again, it's wordy and stuff, and there's lots of pages, but take a look at it, chip away at it, go to that important questions, and our brand can get there. We're not going to go through all of these, but for example, initial expectations for teachers. Hopefully, what I said today matches what's up there. I hope so, because I wrote it. So, roll of textbooks, paper, MS Office, access to other software, classes or tools that don't, work on the Chromebook, or the Chromebook doesn't really work for those classes. What about our other initiatives? What about the cost? PD, tech support. A lot of it you've heard today, but there's kind of more stuff there.
You mentioned the feedback form.
Yeah, I was going to say the feedback form.
Yeah. The feedback form, Brian?
It's number 7. Well, I wanted actually to...
Oh, you're on the... Sorry. There are 2 things. 2 forms there. One is for particular apps. You can either use, if you have a Chromebook, you can test it on there. But if you're not sure, you want more testing, there's a form there that, and I'm not kidding, you submit what's the tool, what's the website, what's the link, any passwords, what is it, how important is it to your curriculum. You submit it, it's a Google form, you can see the results there, so you can see what other people have submitted, but here's the really cool thing. Google gets a notification, and their apps team it's no joke, they are on it, they are testing things, and they've already made progress on a number of apps for us. They're very responsive, and they want to know what works, what doesn't, what teachers use, what teachers really have to have. And they've actually kind of like scolded us a little bit, like, why isn't there more on there? Sorry, we just opened it up. So please go there, submit if you have something you want to submit, or take a look. I know the format on the right there, those are the results. It's a little weird because it's spread out. You kind of have to scroll a little bit. So there's that. But there's also the general feedback. If you have something, a question, a concern, it's anonymous if you want it to be. But we're reading those comments all the time, like, hey, you said this. Really? Did you think about this? We really want to hear what your feedback is.
And just to add on to that form that's on there, it's just as useful for us collectively as an organization to put in the stuff that we found that does work and it's really useful. Because that's the best way, if we have a common place to share that where people are looking at, I tried this, it doesn't work, and then they come across things. And once we really get that developed, we can sort by department, maybe sort by concept, what you're trying to do with it. Is it a presentation tool? What exact tool is it? But I think to put in things that do work and kind of give them almost a priority level. If they don't work, that really helps us and helps us working with Google on both fronts.
So what Jason is saying, put in stuff that works too. Speaking of the flip cam.
I love that he's lying on the floor.
That's where he put the laptop.
And also lessons and projects. If you want to submit things, hey, this is something that's cool that's going on in my classroom or I've seen done. Here's an example. You can paste a link.